Ryan, it's really awesome. We're sitting here with someone who I find to be one of the most entertaining athletes. I mean, inside the cage and outside.
There was a second where he was kind of known as UNF's villain.
For
I'd
sure.
say, right? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. I mean, he plays that role so well.
Is he playing the role though, or is he, is he brash? Is he opinionated?
No, listen. There's only one, Jesse Langarica.
What's up, Jesse?
Thank you guys for having me back on. I've missed you. I've been traveling the world. I've been fighting everywhere. I've been fighting everybody. It's always nice to come back to Up Next, where my pro career started, and sit down and talk with you guys.
Yeah, you've been doing some good stuff, bro. And you're actually looking really good.
Yeah, well, so it's a new weight class. Yeah. So I got the nutritionist, I got the new diet. So feeling very locked in for October 11th.
You feel having the nutrition side dialed in is like an important key to
I think all that stuff matters. At first, I didn't give a fuck. I was like, I'm just going to go throw down. But
no, you didn't, bro.
Yeah.
You were the type of guy always that just, you didn't give a fuck.
No, man. But all that stuff matters. The diet, staying locked into the camp, having your support system, those kind of things do make a difference. So that's just some of the stuff I've been learning and adding to my game. At the end of the day, though, I'm going to be in that cage and I'm going to still be that monster. Lobo is going to come out. So right now, I'm just Jesse. I'm doing all the hard work. But deep down, I'm excited to let Lobo out. And that's what the fans are going to see October 11th.
Okay, tell us a little more about Lobo. I mean, obviously, we're kind of familiar with Lobo, but for people that are watching right now, like, who is Lobo? Jesse, right now, I seem like you're chill right now, nice guy. But what is Lobo when Lobo comes out?
Lobo is my alter ego. Lobo is the monster. Lobo is the nasty, ugly guy that sometimes I want to be. And, most of the time I'm not allowed to be that person, but inside the cage, he gets to have his fun. He gets to have his range. So that's who Lobo is.
Well, let's just get straight to it then. I mean, Lobo's going to be able to come out October 11th. You're fighting Rosario Romero. You're talking about, you've been traveling the world, training, you got a nutritionist now. It seems like you're at your peak or, you're really putting everything together. What can fans expect, come October 11th? And also tell us about your opponent. What do you think about the matchup?
Fans can expect another exciting fight, another banger, another great performance. I'm gonna go in there, and I'm gonna attack this guy, and I'm not gonna back down. I'm not gonna back up. I'm gonna put the pace on him, and I'm excited. I know everybody else is excited to see how he's gonna react. Can he keep up with the pressure? Can he do anything to me? And I do know for a fact that I will be victorious October 11th. So I'm excited, man. Like I usually say, I wish the fight was today, but it's not. So I'm going to keep working. I'm going to keep training. And so that way I could bring the best Lobo out.
Listen, your opponent's a pretty talented guy, right? So he's competed internationally.
It looks like he disagrees with you.
Listen, no, he is a talented guy. Rosario Romero is no joke. He's a really talented guy.
100%.
He's
I'm a talented guy.
No, he's traveled the world, competed, at least internationally at the amateur level, right? But has anybody ever brought strong pressure to Rosario when he's been fighting?
Well, I've been studying my opponents. I study my opponents, and I look at everything they do. And he's another CMMA guy. So I've been in that gym. I spent a year in that gym training with all those guys.
You have quite a story about CMMA, right?
I have everything you would like to know. So, getting this win, not only is it going to be nice to beat Rosario Romero on October 11th, it's going to be nice to beat Chad again because he was one of my first coaches. And so I always see him around. And so it's nice to see that. It's nice to show him that I'm still going in the sport. I didn't need you, and I'm still going to beat him.
Yeah, you have this thing with Chad. Like, there's been some social media stuff that's gone back and forth over the last couple of years. You just really seem to want to battle with him.
Well, when I was at his gym, he just never liked me. I guess he really didn't think I was that talented or good. And I did one fight for CMMA, and I came in and I shook his hand and said, hey, this is not the right spot for me. I tried my best to just leave it at that, but like I said, I see him around, and so we bump heads. And so to me, it's just competition. it could be whoever in there in that cage. I'm still gonna win.
So I have a close relationship with Chad. I'm very cool with him, right? But he does think you're a very talented fighter, by the way. He thinks he doesn't discount you. I just want to kind of tell you that.
Well, hey, you know what? I appreciate you saying that. I'm still gonna beat him on October 11th.
So are you beating Rosario Romero? Are you beating Chad George? Are you beating both? I mean, what is this
I'm
all
beating
about to you,
everybody.
Jesse?
I'm coming for the belt. I'm gonna win the belt. I'm the champ, and so this. I'm right now. I'm just in the process. This is my story right here. I'm taking my bumps and bruises. I'm learning. I'm making adjustments to my game. At the end of the day, I will have the belt, and nobody or nothing can stop that.
Ryan, I'm seeing like this dialed in Jesse right now.
Yeah, no, he looks very fit. You look like
Yeah.
you're already in shape. You already look like you can fucking go make weight. He does seem dialed in. I think, you know, I feel like you've always been dialed in, but right now it seems like a little bit more. Do you agree with that? Like you're just
I don't know.
for
You
sure.
seem like more of a wild man.
Yeah, no,
in the
but I just
past.
wanna
You
ask-
seem like you have this sort of
what triggered that to say, right? You know,
I'm learning, brother. I learn. You know, these losses that you guys have seen me take, I learn from them. The wins are nice. I've won so many times in my career. I've won. I love to win, but those losses, you know, I really made it a point to sit down and look myself in the mirror and what did I do wrong? What can I change? And that's how I learned. So now I'm making the adjustments. I got my nutritionist. I'm not doing drugs. I'm not going to the parties. I'm staying dialed in.
Well,
like
were
you guys
you
saying.
doing dope? Were you partying when you were fighting before? Do you think that was part of like why you weren't as dialed in, or
I was undefeated for 4 years in this
Yeah.
sport. And MMA, I was undefeated for 4 years. And that gets to your head, one way or the other. And so, yeah, bro, I was partying all the time. I was doing all the drugs.
do you have any good stories about?
I have all the story. I mean, you know,
I want to live
it's
vicariously through you, bro.
we did a podcast with Anthony Romero too, who went undefeated as an amateur, lost his first bout as a pro, but beast running through everyone. He said he felt like he was on top of the world, felt like John Jones doing whatever the fuck he wanted. He felt like he could beat anyone until he got that loss, kind of similar thing, and had to look himself in the mirror and make some changes to not feel that again. So I think it's true. You do feel on top of the world when you're an undefeated fighter. You know,
Well, you've never experienced success like that, right?
No,
so
no,
you wouldn't
absolutely not.
understand. Like
every day
how
I
it
take a
feels.
little L somehow, some way. But
So Jesse's experienced being a champ and going undefeated.
yeah, you gotta stay humble. That's one thing I learned. You have to stay humble because you could feel on top of the world and you can go out and do that stuff, but it's gonna come back to bite you in the ass. And that's what happened to me. I took a lot of hard losses that I should not have taken. That Rojas fight, that was
I was going to bring that up because, I mean, you got to stay humble. I don't know if either one of you guys were humble during that lead up in that fight.
Listen, that was some of the best pre-fight hype I've ever seen.
I wasn't even
I
trying
loved
my
it.
best. That was
Honestly,
just
Jesse,
the first.
You're undefeated in my book on social media when it comes to battling. Rojas is good too, though. Like you guys had such good battles back and forth.
I don't know really what set that one off. He just something about me. I guess he just does not like. And so every time I see him, he's talking shit. But hey, we could always run it back.
Well, he's on this card also, just so you know.
Okay, so I'll see him there.
Yeah,
Can I tell you a story about him?
please.
Okay, so I had 150 wrestling matches, and I've had 10 fights professionally so far. So I've seen people nervous. I can tell when somebody's nervous or if somebody's scared, you know. That night he came into the arena was the most scared I've seen someone. I all bullshit aside.
Okay.
Because I was sitting in the back room warming up. I had just gotten there, and I was there for about 30 minutes. And then I saw him coming in through the curtain, and I was like, "Oh, come on, let's go look at him." You know, I brought my coach, so I want to go look at him, and his face was pale white, and he was like shuffling his feet like towards the locker room. I had never seen anybody act like that before. Like I felt bad for him. He was completely white. There's like these ladies coming up to him, hugging him, you know, telling him things. I felt so bad. I didn't know I had that kind of effect on him.
I don't know.
I don't know why I don't believe he was scared. I might be wrong, or you know, I don't know. He doesn't cross me as a guy that, like, you know, is scared. So you believe, you know, like probably his walk to the cage, he was.
I
shitting
never
bricks?
seen someone pale faced, white, because he's like Latino Mexican, so he's got darker skin. He was white when he came into the arena, and then there's like I don't know if it was grandma or his mom were like hugging him, praying for him. You know, he was terrified to be in there with me.
But you know what's crazy? So I don't know. I don't think David was scared, but you know, you're entitled to your own opinion. But I do think for both you guys, and maybe your 150 wrestling matches and your 10 MMA fights or whatever it was prepared you for it. But for an amateur fight, with that kind of build up and lead up, you guys had to be a little nervous considering any of your other fights, right? Like that one felt like there was a lot more on the line probably than the rest of your other matches.
I was having a blast. That was the biggest fight I've had.
Yeah, that
Pro
The
or
world was
amateur.
watching, right? No, you think about that.
the shit blew up on social media and like everything.
Oh,
and
yeah.
again, you guys are just two very rising, rising stars prospects, but just amateurs at the end of the
But
day.
their stuff and their trim back forth got like crazy. I mean, our socials like exploded in the last year, especially. But at the time they were doing that, those are like our most viewed videos and shit, right?
Yeah, it was kind of sick. It was cool.
I kind of
It's the
miss
Lobo show.
Yeah. Too bad Rosario Romero's such a chill, mellow dude.
I haven't even seen. I haven't heard
Listen,
anything.
I don't think you're going to get Rosario to trip. He trips a little bit here and there on social media, but he's definitely not going to engage like David.
Well, we can say whatever we want. At the end of the day, they're gonna put me in the cage with him, and let's see if he survives.
Can't wait.
I can't wait.
They're gonna lock that door, and Chad's not
What's
gonna be
going
able
to
to
happen
help
when
him.
they lock that door?
Lobo's gonna come out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna attack him. I'm gonna walk him down. I'm gonna do to him what I've done to everybody,
Yeah.
and it's just gonna be war. I don't think he can keep up with me. They told me that he's a mountain runner, like he runs trails.
Yeah,
or
He
something.
is. He's like a marathon runner, all that
That's
stuff.
not gonna help him in there. I
Yeah.
post videos of me running mountains. You know, I do that shit when I'm sick. When I'm sick and I have a bad day, hey, coach, I can't make it to the gym today. I'll go right here to Griffith Park and I'll run the mountains. That's a light day for me. That ain't fighting. Fighting is getting in there and going to war. That's what my specialty is. Because I'm not good at no other sports. Basketball, I suck. Baseball,
So does Ryan at basketball, by the way.
baseball, trash.
Football. Chris, we're gonna add a clip of him trying to shoot a basketball into this podcast so we can show everyone. But
Fighting is my thing.
No, that's
war is what I'm skilled at.
Basketball's Ryan's claim to fame. Like he claims he was skilled in basketball. So that's why I always talk smack about
I was
basketball.
like 6'2", 6'3", maybe something, maybe.
So Rosario Romero doesn't know what's coming for him. Is that what
He
you're
doesn't know
trying
what's
to say?
coming. He's never fought somebody like me.
Yeah.
He's 1-0. He's never fought Lobo.
Okay,
Never
well,
been in there.
I think we'll end the talk about Rosario Romero's fight here. Just one last thing: if he was sitting in that chair right there, what would be a message for Rosario?
I want you to try your very best because I'm going to come at you with the most malicious techniques and I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to back you up. And there's nothing you could do about that.
Look at the smile on his face.
I know it's like
I kind of felt that actually. I kind of like that.
well,
Oh, go ahead.
you were just talking about you're not good at any other sports, and I believe you have that fighting spirit inside you. You're just a fighter. Where does that come from? Like have you always had to fight your whole life, whether it was in sports and other other things going on in your life, or where does that come from for you?
Oh, I'm a fighter at heart for sure. I don't know if I would have made it like a profession. I don't know if that was like the thing for me, but I've always been a fighter, like I've always competed for what I want. I've always been a taker. That's something my mom always would tell me. She's like, people don't like takers like you. You got to try to give back to the community and things like that because I've always just been a taker. If I want something, I go grab it. And if somebody's in the way, they're going to get hurt. That's just that's my...
Dad, put all the cash in the safe as soon as you can.
I know, bro. I'm just checking my pockets right now.
Yeah, don't trust me with no money either. I'll blow the whole thing.
Oh man.
Yeah. So you and your mom close, very close, or
Well, it's always been just me and my mom. My father passed away when I was a year old, and so it's always been me and my mom.
sorry to hear that.
That's all right. It's always just us. We moved all around Los Angeles in apartments, and that was my buddy. Like we would just hang out all day. She would take me to the park or take me to the museums. We'd watch movies, and so yeah, we've always been very close. And I love my mom and the support that she gives me, and so she's gonna get another win on October 11th.
How did growing up without a dad affect you, do you think?
I mean, I've always been very strong-minded, so I was never like the type to play the victim.
Yeah.
But if you're being real, it did. I know it did affect me. Looking back, I did a lot of things that if my pops was here, I know I wouldn't have done.
Yeah.
The mistakes I made, I know he
Or
wouldn't.
just
have
that
them
male
do.
guidance, right? And I'm sure your mom did
Yeah.
amazing in everything she could, and she's a super mom. But I think there is a difference with maybe potentially male guidance and a dad in your life, right?
You know what's kind of crazy? I mean, there's definitely a common thread amongst a lot of fighters. I mean, a lot of the fighters that we work with actually were brought up by single moms. I would probably tell you like 60%.
Yeah.
It seems like.
I don't know how they do it. I don't know how my mom.
Why do you think that is, Dad?
I think why guys turn to fighting, I think, the mothers exude that strength, right? And they've been through the challenges. And I think it's a fighting instinct that you have to sort of survive because it's just you, your mom on your own fighting to make a good life for yourself. So it's not like this, this golden spoon that you've been given in life is easy. So I think that's where fighters are bred. I mean, you get some guys that come from great childhoods, great backgrounds, very supportive networks, but I think a lot of our athletes have, really challenging stories of growing up.
Yeah, it was rough to see my mom struggle like that because being a single mother and the way that we lost my dad. My
Can
dad.
I ask how he passed?
Yeah,
or-
well, my dad was shot in gang violence.
Oh shit.
So he died very suddenly.
Yeah.
And my mom was 23 years old with this newborn baby,
Wow.
and she made it happen, man. And so all the things that she went through and all that, my mom is also a fighter for dealing with that. Me in this game, I always feel like I'm getting in trouble in the fight game. Like I'm walking that line, like Jesse, you might get suspended by the commission or this and this.
But
I've heard about that a couple times.
Kind of like that villain character, and that, like your mom said, you're a taker, you're very aggressive, and the other thing too is you're very outspoken. You're not politically correct. Let's be very honest. There, you will speak your mind.
I love to speak my mind.
No, you do. Like how you try to throw Chad under the bus and these other things. A lot of athletes wouldn't say or do that, but your character is to speak your mind.
I have nothing to lose, brother.
Yeah.
I have nothing except fighting, and they can't take that from me. I will always be a fighter at heart, and so I have nothing to lose when I step in that cage.
What does your mom think about you fighting? How does she feel?
She hates it. She doesn't like. She wanted me to be like a doctor or something, but I'm just not smart enough for that.
Don't all
stuff.
moms. My mom thought I would do something bigger and better too, but look at me now.
Yeah, so she don't like me fighting, but oh well. Sorry, mom.
Yeah. Does she come to your fights?
She's never been to one fight. Nah, she's
Will
not.
she come or no?
No, she won't come. She's very spiritual lady, so she'll probably be at the house praying and stuff, but she will not come to the
Is she kind of
events.
soft spoken, calm, respectful?
She's very very Christian.
Okay.
Very very respectful. Like how you're saying, yeah, that's how she is. Very
Yeah.
spiritual, So me going out there busting these guys
She's
up.
like,
She's like, what
"Relax,
are you
Jesse,
doing? But this is what I like to do. This is what I love to do. Every day I wake up, I do what I love. So I can't complain.
But what's your motivation?
My motivation is that belt right there. I want to get that belt. Because like I said, I've been undefeated for 4 years. I've been beating everybody's ass for 4 long
You want to
years.
just
Yeah, let me.
start
Oh,
doing it
this
for a
just feels
second?
right. This just feels
maybe
right.
manifest that?
I'm gonna hold this while I say this. I've been undefeated in the amateurs for 4 years. The interviews, the girls, the parties. I've done all that for 4 years, and that was fun. But what I really love to do is I love to win, and I love to be the best, and I love to be number one. Once I get this belt, nobody's gonna take it off me.
I like that.
So I'm gonna keep this the rest of the day, Mr. Chris.
So what's that goal to go get that belt, right? George Bosmacci, our pro matchmaker. What do you think you got to do to get that shot, right? Obviously, you got to get through Rosario Romero first on October 11th. 3 fight wins you think, and then that title shot, or what are you thinking?
This belt's already mine. It's already mine in my head. And so whoever, wherever, whenever they put in front of me, I'm going to win. I'm going to show that I'm a champion. And I'm just going to continue to do what I do because I'm still young. I'm still learning. I'm still getting started in this game. And so it's just going to get worse on everybody the way I see it.
So what do you think about the current bantamweight champ, Anthony Romero? I mean, that's someone you might have to fight in the near future if all goes well.
The eyes never lie. I already seen him. He already gave me a lot of information.
All right.
What information did he give you?
Because I seen him at one of these events the first time I seen. The funny thing about Instagram is everything looks different on Instagram. I learned that recently. So the first time I seen him in person was right here. And I saw him, I looked him in the eye, and he looked away very quickly in fear. And that's a red flag because I'm younger than him. I'm coming up on his tail. And so what are you going to do? You can run, but you cannot hide.
Listen, I don't know if your perception is right. The bully, I've never seen fear in the bully's eyes.
I'm telling you,
Anybody's
man.
fighting. Yeah,
I'm
you
telling
see it?
you.
Well, the Lobo show came to town. You never know.
I'm not saying either way because I wouldn't do that, but yeah.
Well, okay, when he was my age,
Mhm.
he didn't have a single win in the pros. I'm coming up on my 3rd win, my 7th fight. I'm gunning it. I'm staying active. I've already had 4 or 5 fights this year, and we're not done with the year yet. So this is my first year as a pro. I'm just getting started. And it's like I said, it's just going to get worse on everybody because I'm going to get better. I'm going to keep learning. I'm going to keep winning.
So how does it feel you've bounced around a little bit from different camps, right? It seems like you've now found that home at Matador, right? I mean, how does that feel?
Marcos Bonilla is a great coach. I'm going to start off by saying that. I'm thankful to have him. And we just been putting in the work. You know, I came into Matador prepared for whatever he asked me. So whatever he asked me to do, I'm gonna go out there and do. And I really appreciate him as a coach. He's been a professional fighter, so he has a lot of great experience, and I love showing up to Matador.
Yeah. What are you guys working on?
Right
What's
now,
the focus?
the focus is punishment. That's the word he likes to use. He likes to use punish. So I get people in these certain positions, and the focus is just to punish them, make them hurt, make them bleed, make them tired. Punish.
Do you roll with Diego?
I do go with Diego. He's
He
one of the better grapplers out there. I think he's one of the better grapplers in UNF.
Yeah.
And he hasn't turned pro yet, so that's gonna be a nightmare for a lot of people.
Yeah, he's on the card. He's fighting Axel Conrad also, so you'll be fighting with your teammate.
Yeah, I think he's very ready for Axel.
What do you think about that?
Well, are you familiar with Axel? You know Axel, yeah?
Yeah, I know. Axel.
Everyone knows Axel.
Just want to make sure. So what do you think about the fight, though, overall?
Like I said, Diego's a stud. Diego's a stud. He's a strong guy, and he's a very great grappler. So I think Axel's gonna have a hard time stopping not only his grappling but his pace. His pace. I don't see Axel backing Diego up. I see Diego backing Axel up, and you know he'll have me in his corner, and so I think Diego's gonna pick him apart.
What's your prediction for that fight? What round does it end? How does it end?
The prediction is it ends in the second or third round. Diego by TKO.
What do you think about that, Ryan?
I don't know.
You have
Diego
no
just
comment?
went up against a Dagestani wrestler.
Yeah.
The best wrestlers in the world, Dagestani. Diego sent him to the hospital. The kid almost had an aneurysm. So Diego's a beast. You know,
Yeah.
you gotta be ready to get in there with him.
Yeah, no, Diego's good. He's always entertaining.
Yeah.
He's a great interview too. I love sitting down.
Yeah,
with
no,
him.
Diego's great. He's good all around. He's like, he's a full
You
package.
got to jack with him. You know he's colorblind, right?
I didn't know that. I saw
Yeah.
that here.
Yeah. You got to mess with him. Like, hey, what color is this? It's funny as shit.
I'm gonna start telling him that.
Yeah, just mess with him a little bit.
I will.
How's that belt feel?
It feels right. It
Yeah.
feels good.
Yeah.
It's kind of heavy, right?
It's heavy and
Not
thick.
as cheap as some other promotions belts, that's for sure.
No, definitely not. No,
So do you use Chat GPT at all?
I have used ChatGPT.
Okay.
I'm a big fan.
You are? Okay. So Chris, why don't we just punch into Chat GPT? Who wins, Jesse Langarica or Rosario Romero? Let's see what Chat GPT
There's no way
goes.
Chris spells
I already did
Jesse's
this.
last name.
Oh, you
wrong.
already know the answer, bro?
I know the
You
answer.
ChatGPT?
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Chris.
He may need help spelling. What do you think ChatGPT is going to say? Like, let's just say if you're
It's gonna
see if
say
you're dumb.
Lobo. It's gonna come out as Lobo.
Yeah.
Lobo is the greatest to ever do it. That's what it's gonna
Yeah,
say.
is that what it's going to say?
I don't think Jesse's going to like what's going to say up there. And I have no prediction, but I just think based off current records, I think they may side with Rosario Romero. Chat
Well,
GPT.
record-wise, maybe, but
I have more wins.
experience-wise. Yeah.
This
Yeah.
guy went to Pan Americans as a 28-year-old male.
Is he 28?
I hope so. He might be 29.
Okay.
And so he went 0-2. He lost 2 fights to 2 18-year-old kids.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, it was amateur, so wins and losses, whatever. I think everyone experiences losses, but to travel across the world, fight the top guys in other countries and stuff, you gotta give it to him. Or I'm giving him a little credit, even if he took L's in those losses.
I mean,
but-
I would have liked to have seen him go in there. Hey, I'm the oldest guy in this whole tournament. Let me at least get a win. You know, not only that, I'm an American because I've been international. I lived in Mexico
Yeah.
for a year, trained there.
Yeah, you're training down TJ, right?
It's a huge advantage to be an American. The
Yeah.
resources we have, all that stuff, and you got your ass kicked and sent back home. What is there to brag about? I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't even want to talk about that tournament.
All right, Ryan.
All right, well, ChatGPT's prediction for you versus Rosario Romero.
Let's see.
Given everything, Rosario Romero looks more likely to win this fight. His undefeated record gives him the mental and possibly technical edge versus a more battered opponent. Unless Langarica has made big leaps since his last losses, I'd expect Romero to win, most likely via decision or in the later rounds with an early finish.
Do you have a
Fuck
message?
ChatGPT. They could suck my dick. I'm gonna win this fight. I don't give a fuck what they say. This is just more motivation, bro. Because whatever it said, it's not gonna change my mind. It could have said Lobo's gonna whoop his ass. I already know that's gonna happen. So this is just another thing that I'm gonna have to prove wrong.
Yeah.
Fuck ChatGPT.
Do you
I
like
hope they doubt me.
Do you like being doubted and
I love that.
overlooked?
I do love that. I'm starting to love that. I love being doubted. I love being hated. I love being overlooked because I'm gonna prove people wrong. I'm gonna do it again and again and again.
It totally plays into that whole villain persona of yours.
The villain
Yeah.
persona.
Yeah. I mean, it's really you though. I mean, even your mom said like you're a taker, so you're like,
Because if
know
I
what I
had
mean?
it all, I wouldn't want to get up and go do anything.
yeah.
So now that ChatGPT said that, that really pisses me off.
So because of ChatGPT, you're now gonna just like take it to another
that's
level.
another level, more fuel to the fire.
Yeah.
Because the people that doubt me and they hate them, they're always gonna be there.
Yeah.
They've been there since I was a kid, and I keep throwing shit in their face. That's
Yeah.
another thing people don't like about me is I throw it in their face. But I do that because people forget.
It's really true, Ryan.
It is really true.
We have to recreate that moment when you and Rojas were going head to head on.
That dude's a
social
straight
media.
up punk. I went into that fight high on marijuana.
Really?
You like smoked the day of?
The day, like 2 hours before, right before I got to the event center.
Why would you do such a thing?
I didn't take him seriously at all. He's a bum. Look at how that fight turned out.
Yeah, but does it eat you alive to say, you know, you did lose the fight, to smoke the same day, calling him a bum? Like, I'm sure you want to get that one back, what you already mentioned, but does it bother you? Do you wish you took it a little more serious then?
Oh,
especially
of course.
fight day and then leading
Hindsight's
up?
always 20/20.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he hit me with his best shot in there. And I ate that shit like a cupcake. I got up, I put him through that door, and I mopped the mat with his face for the
So you
entirety of the fight.
Did you agree with the judge's scorecard?
No, hell no. But I knew that, like, okay, 'cause when I won, I threw my mouthpiece at him, and I got a warning for that. And then earlier in the fight, I shoved him between rounds, and so I was like, "Fuck, I might have got some points deducted." So that was the only reason I felt like, man, I could lose this decision.
Yeah. That's what's always tough when you leave it in the hands of the judges. And I know I always tell everybody in those pep talks, don't leave it in the hands of the judges. And I know that's easier said than done, but that's just super tough when you decision does go.
What I do have is, if you watch the video, I sent him back to his corner crying. He was apologizing to his coaches, and he looked very defeated. So deep down in his heart, he knows that I beat him. And I didn't even give it my best. Like I said,
You think he would take that rematch with you?
no. I
Is
don't
that
think
something
he-
that you want? I mean, is that just
Yeah, I would like to bust up his face again. I would want that. And the contract's been signed on my side already. So he's at this point, he's just running away from me. And I'm not no bully. So I'm gonna continue to do what I'm
Really?
doing.
I feel like
And-
you got a little bully in you, just a little bit.
And you know, I'm not gonna force him to fight. If he don't want to fight me, that's okay. That's all right. I'm not gonna go chase him around. I feel bad. Like I said, I feel bad when I look at him because he just doesn't belong in this game, and it shows. He runs away from rematches. He's yet to get a win in his professional career, and he's already 30 years old. What do you think is gonna change? I fucked off when I was young. When I was young, I fucked off. But you learn and you adjust. That's what I did.
How old are you right now? You're 24?
I'm 26.
Oh, 26.
26. Some people can't do that. Some people stay the same person every day for the rest of their lives. That's just not me. I evolve, I adjust, I adapt.
Yeah. Well, look, I think, you know, he didn't have a great performance for his debut. He got the loss, but I think he didn't fight a smart fight. You know what I mean? For his debut.
I stopped following his career once we fought.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just, even in the buildup, like they said, oh, it was the biggest fight on the West Coast. You know, everybody was hitting my DMs. Everybody was calling me. I didn't get up for that fight. I knew I was going to win. I knew I was going to go in there and dominate. And, you know, it is what it is. I put it in the rear view mirror. If he would like to challenge again, that's fine.
Look, I think he's going to be fighting on the same card that you're fighting on. So I think it'll be interesting to see how he comes back from, you know, his debut. You know, he's fighting a really tough guy. So
I hope he gets knocked out again. He's just a scumbag. There's some people in this sport.
I love David though. Why scum, man?
No, you know, I could
I
say.
love you and I love
Jesse
David.
seems to not like the people I like. Like, it's kind of
No,
funny.
I'll tell you
Like,
this. I'll tell you this. There's some people in this sport that are good people who are respectful, this and that.
Do you like me? I'm just wondering. Am I
Mr.
okay?
Chris Buckner is one of them.
Am
Mr.
I
Ryan
okay?
Buck- Yes,
Okay.
I love you guys.
Okay.
I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about
No,
David
it's okay
Rojas.
if you didn't. I mean, we'll be honest, but
He's a scumbag. And how he handled that fight shows exactly who he is. What did I say about him that got him so upset?
I don't know. You guys just started going off on each other. You know, the scumbag in me was loving every minute of that, though. To be honest, it was so
I wish it was a better opponent because I could have said and done some stuff, but I was just like, like I said, I feel bad for him. He's a loser. He been to Matador training. I have all the dirt on him. I know him deep down inside.
Well, but he has the same on you, right? He's SCMA. You used to be SCMA.
Yeah.
So it's an even playing field to say.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting because when you guys did fight, I mean, now that you guys are kind of but you guys both have each other's backstories and people that are familiar with both you guys. So that rematch one day would be fucking insane.
Yeah. It's a
Okay,
small
what's
community.
holding up the rematch? Because I'm sitting right here, I'm ready. I will sign that contract right now, Mr. Chris, if you put it on that table.
Listen, so number one is I'm not the matchmaker. That's George and that's Ryan. So they've got to make the match. But I think first and foremost, you've got to look at Rosario Romero. So let's say you have a great performance against Rosario, you win. Would you want that next fight to be that rematch against Rojas? Or what would you want next after?
Yeah, I
Romero?
would, because there's nobody else on the roster that I could think of other than Anthony Romero.
I think Romero's a big name, bro. Like that is a guy that's knocking on the door to the UFC. I mean, I will really be surprised if he doesn't get that call very soon. After this last performance, which was an amazing performance, man. Did you see that, flying knee? Did you see that finish of Keenan?
He
5
fought my
seconds left
teammate.
in the round.
Yeah, Keenan is your teammate. Yeah.
Keenan's my
Yeah,
teammate.
Keenan looked amazing also. What a great fight. But I mean, you really want to
no,
challenge
all
the likes of
bullshit
Romero
aside-
right now?
All bullshit aside, he's
Yeah.
a good fighter.
Yeah.
I just have too many advantages on him. I'm bigger, I'm younger, I'm faster, and I'm more driven. I will do what he is not willing to do.
So, Ryan, what does it take? Let's say Jesse has a great performance against Rosario Romero. What does it take? What's his road look like, in your opinion, as a matchmaker to get to that title, to fight somebody like Anthony Romero?
Well, if he does gets through Rosario Romero, I think it depends how he does it, right? Like, I think there's always statements you got to make in fights and the impact you leave on the matchmaker's eyes and everything. So it really depends on that fight. Now, if it's in impressive, spectacular fashion, I mean, you could potentially argue one more fight after that. And it depends on the landscape of things too. But it's really about winning, exciting the fans, and being great to work with. I think those are the three things. So, you never know, man.
That's what I'm looking
And
forward
listen,
to
it could
doing.
always be a fucking thing of there's a title fight made and opponent challenger drops out and
Yeah, you
Well,
were
we-
going to step up. I think we had a fight drop out at our last event, and they got a call from your coach. Said, look, if you want to salvage this fight, Jesse will fucking jump in and take it.
I'm one of those
against
guys.
against a veteran.
I'm one of those guys. I'm ready to fight at any time. Some people have called me a journeyman and this and this and that. And I'm fine with that because, like I said, deep down, I'm just a fighter. Now, though, I'm working on turning a corner.
Yeah.
Doing things a little bit differently and being a true champion.
I like it. Right. Did you even know that Jesse volunteered to step up against Ryan Lilly?
no, I
When
didn't. No
Cortez
one
fell
told
out?
me that. I guess I don't hear shit around here.
Yeah, no. So I'm getting a call. So it started making its rounds on social media that Tony Cortez had wasn't going to be fighting Ryan Lilly. So Marcus was like, look, if you want to salvage this fight, Jesse will jump in there and he'll fight Ryan Lilly, which I thought was really a big deal because Lilly's got an amazing amount of experience, and you were willing to step up very short notice to fight him.
And that's a fight. If you did that and you won in spectacular fashion, title shots right in that picture or talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was the notice on that? How many days notice was
No,
that?
it wasn't even a day, bro.
It was-
I guess one day.
It was weigh-ins.
One day notice?
His weigh-ins. Yeah, it was 1 day notice.
I'm right there. Every day I wake up, I have that itch because I know I'm close.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Well, how does it feel? Like you were willing to step up, fight, the likes of a Ryan Lilly, which I think is a big challenge. But how does it feel to, be going into this fight against Rosario Romero, having a full, very focused training camp?
This is the first time I've had a full camp. Every other fight I've taken has been short notice because I don't give a fuck. I just like to fight. But this one against Romero, I've had 12 weeks to prepare. And tonight, if we fought, I would mop the floor with him. And so I'm left with another month or two to really get everything dialed in and just really have a tremendous performance. I know I'm going to beat him.
How
Do you think though? Like I know we keep talking about this fight, but it's exciting stuff. Do you really think you're going to mop the floor with him? I know you're confident you're going to win, but do you not envision it being a tough fight at all? Any resistance? Like, because I know you're going to say, but like, do you feel like it's going to be a tough battle and a tough test, or do you really
All
feel
he
like
can do is put up a good fight. That's all he can do. Everything in his camp or whatever it is has been a waste of time because he knows deep down he hasn't done what I've done. He hasn't put in the time. So all he can do showing up is give me a challenge. He will not beat me. He can't.
So what's your roadmap to beating Rosario Romero?
I have so many options.
Tell us some of these options. How do you plan on
This is the
how do you
hard
plan
part
on
for me
this?
is because I visualize this fight every single day and I see myself winning so many thousands of ways.
Yeah.
I'm like a computer. So that's why I say I'm excited for October 11th when it actually happens. Because every day I wake up and I train and I try to make my visualization a reality. I can't do that until October 11th. So right now I'm being patient. I'm just waiting because I will have my moment.
Lobo is stalking his prey kind of right now. That's what he's doing.
No. Well, listen, I do feel like you're more dialed in than ever. Just sitting with you and talking to you now. So I'm really excited for October 11th. And listen, I know you're saying everything about Rosario, but I really think Rosario is also a true rising star prospect, and I'm so excited for the matchup and just to see how everything fucking plays out.
Yeah, but that's a compliment to the matchmaking that you and both George do. Very competitive fights, well matched athletes. I mean, you may just think it's going to be a pusher, but I think it's a well matched fight. I think it's going to be something that the fans are going to super duper enjoy.
How does he think he's going to win? He thinks he can knock me out?
I don't know. I mean, think if I had his phone number, we could call him.
I think they believe they probably have the striking advantage on you.
I've never been knocked out in my career. I've never been stopped with strikes.
Yeah.
He thinks he's the one guy that's going to do it with a 1-0 record, coming off 2 losses to 18-year-old kids. He thinks he can do that. That's a bad idea.
Ryan, what do you think Jesse needs to do to win this fight? I mean, if you were...
I think that you guys are actually both similar in the sense of you guys like to come forward. You guys can mix the striking with the wrestling. And you guys have an insane pace. Both of you guys do. Both mile runners, whatever you want to call it, but you guys both have insane pace. I really think it's going to come down to who wants it more on October 11th, to be honest. I don't think either one of you guys are easy to kill or easy to finish one bit. I think from what we've seen, Rosario may have a little more polished striking or just more accolades when it comes to the striking to say, but you also got great striking too. So it's like, who's going to want it more? Who's going to have the better game plan on October 11th?
When you look at Lobo's relentless takedowns,
that's why
non-stop pressure that he brings.
No, agreed.
It's exciting.
I'm not taking anything from either one of them, but then you look at Rosario's last fight, relentless takedowns going forward the whole time. So similar, like they both have some of the same attributes, right? Yeah. Where it's like, whose game plan is going to be better and who's going to be more locked in on fight night.
I'm just too big and
strong.
Don't
smoke any weed on fight day, yeah?
I might do that.
No.
That's how confident I'm feeling about this fight. I could beat him faded. I could beat him not faded. I just want to see what he's going to do. Yeah. I want to see what he's going to try. Because it's going to be a failure.
What do you think his game plan is going to be?
I just told you. I think he thinks he can knock me out.
So you think the game plan is going to be keep it on the feet and just land power shots?
No, Mr. Ryan. I think that's the only thing he can think. Because he knows deep down he's not going to out-wrestle me. Yeah. He knows he's not going to outwork me. Well, He hasn't put in the time. He hasn't put in effort. So all he can think about is, hey, maybe I could hit him with the right hand. That's just not going to work.
Okay, so I'm a fan, right? I'm not an expert in MMA, but I think that Chad's a good coach, right? And I think he's probably telling Rosario to keep it standing, right?
Yeah, he better keep it standing.
Right? Use his striking, use his movement against you, because I think at the end of the day, with your wrestling pedigree, and I think that's, his easiest path to victory, in my opinion.
Mr. Chris, let me tell you this.
Tell me.
I'm going to hit him one time, and his whole life is going to change.
Flash right in front of him?
Because he has never been hit by somebody like me. And so you're going to see him shoot a takedown. Not because he wants to, but because he's got to hit so hard that he's not going to be able to stand up much longer.
Well, look, CMMA's game plan quite often is taking those fights to the ground. Quite often, right? It seems like, right?
Yeah, they have a really good... I think they have a really good mixed approach, right? But they do like to mix in the grappling with the striking and chaining everything together. And I think they all have pretty good pace and really good cardio from what I see. But also depends on the fighter, because some of them are better at striking, better at grappling. But it's always in their game plan, right? If it makes sense, they're going to shoot for that takedown. They're going to try to make that happen. Now against a wrestler, though, the game plan probably changes a tad bit.
I want to see what he's going to try to do against me.
I'm so excited now. I was excited with George.
I'm ready for anything.
But
maybe you should DM Rosario right now and say, "Hey, we're sitting down with Jesse. What's your game? We want to know what your game plan."
I've been studying so much. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay, so you gave us some information, but what are some tells in his game, or when you study him and analyze him? I know you think he's going to look for that punch and try to finish you via strikes, but when you study him, where does he lack some skills? Where does he lack advantages compared to you?
Well, I listened to one of his interviews, and he said he's been training 6 years. So that's not enough to beat me. I've been training 14 years already.
But when you watch him, what do you see?
I see somebody who's been training 6 years. He's a poser.
Okay.
He hasn't been in this game long enough. He shoots these big overhands, and he runs into double legs. Like if he's desperate or something. That's not gonna last very long. That might have worked for his debut. How did he win his debut? Decision. So
Yeah.
he barely got through that one. You're gonna run into a wall, and you're gonna need the skill. You're gonna need certain things to push you through that, and he doesn't have that. This ain't bar fighting anymore. This is MMA. Isn't how it was back in 2000. Everybody knows how to box. Everybody knows how to wrestle.
That's true.
You need to go in there with skill and technique. That's what I'm gonna do.
Right.
I've been in many. I don't need to be in no bar fights. I already done that. I'm a professional
So
fighter.
we should ask him about some.
I have the
stories.
whole game completely mastered.
Speaking of boxing, did you watch the fight on Saturday?
I did.
Canelo Crawford. What'd you think?
I think first off, it was a great fight. It really was. They were both standing in the pocket all the rounds. It was close. Both guys looked like they almost went down a couple times. It just seemed like Crawford had the counter punches that were like stifling Canelo. I think the scorecards were a little bit off. Like you had to give Canelo more rounds, but I think Crawford's style definitely was getting to Canelo.
Honestly, I disagree. I honestly thought Crawford won like 10 out of the 12 rounds.
You think so?
And I think what surprised Canelo though is like when they got into the pocket, like everyone thought Canelo would have a little bit more success with the power shots, but it's crazy. Crawford's like movements and like twitches and like just his eyes the whole time, like he's like dodging every single one and landing like power shots, which I think no one really saw coming.
Yeah.
You didn't think he was backing up too much?
Crawford?
Yeah.
No. Boxing's a different game. MMA,
different game.
It
Yeah,
is
it
like
is.
you get awarded without getting hit, blocking shots off your shoulders, like and landing the cleaner punches. MMA, the judging's a little differently, perceived. Honestly,
Yeah, we were out working Vegas. We worked 2 boxing shows, Wednesday and Thursday night leading up to that. And I got to meet Crawford's family. They came to the event Thursday. The coolest freaking people on the planet, man. They're really freaking awesome.
Yeah, they're both very respectful athletes.
Yeah.
Great. The best of the best.
But what do you think of the UFC getting into boxing? What do you think of that? Think it's a good thing? It's a bad thing?
Well, at the end of the day, it's entertainment. So I think it's a good thing. I just hope they send the right guys because not everybody could box. Boxing, different animal.
well, I have a question. UFC had UFC Noche on earlier in the day, and then there was boxing. Did you guys watch the John Silva versus what's his name?
Lopez,
Yeah.
I saw that one.
Okay. Which fight was more exciting? Let's be honest here. MMA is more exciting than boxing.
Yeah, I don't want to shit on boxing, but
No,
again,
it's not shitting whatsoever.
well,
It's just
okay, yeah. I mean,
Like-
look, at the end of the day, I sat through, fights Wednesday night and Thursday night. Great, talented athletes from all over the world that came in to fight watching them. And I'm telling you, I'm a much bigger fan of MMA.
MMA is just the
the
best fucking
energy-
sport in the world.
Yeah, I do think MMA is the best sport in the world. So exciting.
What do you think's more effective, like in a street fight, MMA or boxing?
MMA.
I think so too.
Hey.
I mean, listen, boxing, like hitting quick counters, landing on the button. Yeah, but like to be able to grab someone and slam them on concrete is pretty effective
But
if you
you
ask
got to
me.
look at MMA too. It's so exciting because you can make one wrong move and the fight ends for you. Like that spinning elbow, right? That John got caught with.
Bro, that
Like,
was such a sick fight.
instantly. That doesn't happen so much in boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love boxing and MMA. I do think MMA is just more dynamic. It's more entertaining. There's all kinds of ways you could damage somebody. You could hit them with kicks. You could take it to the ground. Boxing kind of gets boring sometimes.
What's your favorite weapon in MMA?
It's always changing. I would say it's still punches. I think I prefer standing up with somebody in boxing, but I just got into MMA because I have a grappling background and things like that. But I think still my favorite way to hurt somebody is with punches.
So why did you get into wrestling? So you had 150 wrestling matches. So you wrestled in high school, obviously.
Yeah.
Why? Why'd you even decide to wrestle? Because all the guys that, like when we were in high school, we had a friend that wrestled. He said that was the hardest shit ever.
It's
Being
the
on a high
hardest.
school wrestling team is the hardest thing in the world.
Yeah, college wrestling was I don't think I trained that way still. But I got into it because I would watch the UFC. I would watch the UFC and I would see like, all right, who's doing good? And these wrestlers were just fucking everybody up. They're just picking everybody up and slamming them. And I was like, oh fuck, I gotta learn that. And then so like 8th grade when you're getting ready to go to high school, I'm like, damn, what sport I'm gonna play? I'm like 5'2". I'm like, fuck. I'm like, they're like, hey, you can only
Same
do
boat,
wrestling. You have a weight class right here. I was like, all right, fuck it. So I tried out wrestling and then fell in love with it. I went all the way to college and then yeah, that's how I got into it. I just saw UFC. They were beating everybody in the UFC at that time. And then I saw Warrior, the movie Warrior.
It's a great movie.
Great movie. And then Tom Hardy, he was like a wrestler in that one. And then again, just fucking everybody up. So I was like, man, I'm going to learn wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling seems to be the strongest base. That's what everyone says. So
Yeah, that training and that mindset, like once you've wrestled, everything else in life is easy. They literally try to break you every day. Like every day after school, we'd go in and the coach would just like run us until we cried. Like it's just like who could go the hardest, the longest. That's the sport right there.
what advice do you have to young up and comers in the MMA game?
I would say find good management, work hard, and stay humble.
What constitutes good management in your opinion?
Well, you gotta make sure that the people on your team are actually looking out for you. That's something that I struggled with early on in my career. I didn't have a lot of success finding the right team until I was older. But, you know, some of these guys are getting in 18, 20 years old. Raul Rojas, people like that. Because
Have you met Raul?
I met him personally, yeah.
So cool, right?
Yeah, he's a good kid.
Such a good dude.
Yeah. He got into the UFC in 5 fights because he had his dad and his whole team, everything was spot on. He just had to show up in Tijuana 5 times. He got these wins and he was in. You know, that's an example of, you know, when you have proper management, things can go very smoothly. Now, me, on the other hand, I just started fighting everybody anytime. I didn't care. You know, I was running the streets and different things. And so that's why my record kind of took a hit. So that would be my advice to like some of the younger fighters.
And what meshes you so well with Marcos as a coach? And why do you guys have, you know, this good synergy between you, each other?
I met him when he was a fighter, when he was still a professional fighter, and he was tough, man. He was a very gifted fighter. And then so I seen lately he's been into the coaching game, and it's easy for me because when he tells me something, I could trust it because I know he's been in that cage. I know he's been hit with those shots and he knows what to do. So that's why we're kind of just bouncing off of each other right now. Like I said, we're already ready for Rosario Romero. Right now, we're just, all right, where are we going to go? What are we going to do? Because we've had 5 fights this year, different cities, different countries. So we're all over the place. And so we're having a blast, and I really enjoy being part of the Matador team.
You think it's going to be a benefit to you to be fighting in your own backyard this time instead of having to jump on a plane and stay in hotels and do that whole thing?
Yeah, I drove to Oregon for a fight one time. I accepted a late notice fight, and I couldn't get the flight ticket. So I had to sit in the car and wait for 2 days all the way to Oregon, fight on a main event, and I still won. So that's something I'll never forget.
Yeah.
Now I'm going 10 minutes down from my house to the Commerce Casino. All my buddies know where that's at, and I get to fight in my hometown. So it's a different feel. I'm excited to be back in Los Angeles.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I can't wait. So what? Tell us, you gonna have a crowd out there come October?
Yeah, I'm gonna have the crowd. And I want them to all say Lobo. I want to hear the Lobo chants, and I just want it to be a good show for everybody.
And how do you want them to chant?
Lobo, Lobo, Lobo. Yep.
Okay.
Once my music hits, that's what I want to hear.
What's your walkout song gonna be?
I'm not gonna tell. I'm not gonna say it yet.
How do you pick a
All fighters,
walkout
it's
song?
like sacred to like announce your walkout song before the weigh-ins for some reason.
What would be your walkout song? Do you know? Or bro, if I'm
Maybe some like 50 Cent or something.
no,
like
I'm gonna play you.
I'll
guys,
whip your head, boy. You know, something like that. I don't know.
I'm gonna play you guys my walkout song. What it'd be, and you guys are gonna laugh. See if
Taylor
you guys
Swift.
even know this song. It's gonna be close.
He's
bro.
a Swiftie. Can't tell anyone.
I'm a Swiftie too.
Are you really?
Yeah, no one knows that about me.
Hold on.
Is this the song?
No, hold on. This is it right here.
Hold it in the mic too.
K-pop?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I didn't see that coming.
You guys know this or no?
No.
Are you
My
gonna give Jesse,
granddaughter's
will you
music,
give Jesse a bonus? if he
Whatever
walks
gets
out
you
to that
hyped
song?
up.
It's takedown. You know.
You gonna give
punchers.
Jesse a bonus if he walks out to that song?
I will actually.
Okay, well, I guess that's the song.
No, I listen to that with my granddaughters. It pumps me up, makes me think, and that makes me happy.
Yeah, I don't know what the walkout song is gonna be, but it's something to get the people going. So let's see.
So sorry. Obviously, Marcos is gonna be in your corner. Who else is gonna be in your corner?
Right now it's
If you know.
Marcos Bonilla, and then I have another coach, Joe Chavez, who's actually my first wrestling coach. So
Oh,
he's
nice.
gonna be in the corner with me.
Was he your high school wrestling coach?
Yeah, my first high school
that's
wrestling
awesome
coach.
that you-
yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Joe.
Joe he wrestled at Milliken High School in Long Beach. So he's from the Long Beach area. And I went to Montebello High School, which is like the Whittier area. So his sister went there. So he, like, right when he graduated, he started coaching us there. And I was a freshman. We hit it off. And, you know, he taught me so many things wrestling. And then he started getting into jiu-jitsu. And I was like, hey, man, I'm looking for a grappling coach. Like, let's roll, whatever. And we ended up taking a couple fights together. We won a big main event this year in Oregon with just him in my corner. And so he's a guy that I could really trust for the grappling side of the game.
You know, I think it says something about your mental strength, right? And fortitude to be able to jump in a car, drive for 2 days, and go fight in enemy territory in Oregon.
I had to eat.
Yeah.
I will do what it takes. I keep saying that, but
No, but a lot of guys need everything to be perfect. Like we've had guys like that have, you know, we booked fights and just one of their coaches couldn't be there and they're like, okay, I can't fight. It
yeah,
just
I know a
totally
lot of
pull
people
out.
like that. That's not me.
Well, what separates you from those guys? What's the difference?
I think I'm just a real fighter. Like I'll fight for pennies on the dollar. You know, this is just what I do. I can't do anything else. I won't succeed in anything else. That's one thing I learned is I was born to do this. So when they call me, hey, do you want to fight? I say yes, and I don't back down. Even if it means sitting it, you go, oh, well, we got to drive you up through 2 states and you got to make weight and you're the main event and you're going to fight 5 rounds tonight, you know, but we're going to pay you. I'm just the type of guy that I'll go out there and I'll fight because you know, this is just what I do.
And do you like fighting in enemy territory more than like for your home crowd? Or
I enjoy
gives a shit.
Yeah, I enjoy the
doesn't
whole
matter?
game. I enjoy the whole game. When they're booing me, when they're cheering me on, I love all sides of the game.
So what should people know about you that they don't know? I mean,
I
is
would-
there something out there?
What should they know about me that they don't know? I guess that who you see in the cage is not who I am outside. I think people should definitely know because that guy is a very ugly and nasty guy. He is going to do what it takes to win, whatever that may mean. And so people see that and I think, you know, they think like I'm like that all the time when I'm really not. So I want to apologize for Lobo.
He's apologizing in advance, right?
I think me and you kind
Throwing
of agree.
mouthpieces,
We're
pushing
all
opponents.
about respect. We love to see that, but we also get that, you know, it's the fight game. And in that cage, you got to become a different animal, right? You can't be all. I think a fist bump's okay, but you can't be shaking hands, hugging the whole time. And, you know, some people can, and some people have to turn that switch on to really bring the best out of themselves, you know? So
I'm still finding myself in that cage. You know, some people have routines. I don't have routines. I don't like to get superstitious. I like to get in the cage, look across, see my opponent, and run towards him and attack. And whatever happens, happens.
You've already talked about you're trying to will it into existence, which you want the UNF belt. Let's say you get the UNF belt in the near future. What's the long-term goal? Is it the UFC or what is it that you long-term want to accomplish?
Once I get the UNF belt, I will be the greatest champion this promotion's ever had. I will defend it like a true champion. I will do the best job that you guys will ever have. I can guarantee that. Then I'll go to the UFC and history will repeat itself. I'll be one of the greatest champions to ever be in the UFC. I'll have all the glory and fame. I will be able to give back to my community. And
And you're going to give at that point? Your mom's
you're
going to be
done
happy.
taking at that point?
Yeah,
At
come
that
on,
point-
tell the truth. You're going to give?
I might. I will. And this is what I was born to do. So I'm just going, man. I'm just going forward.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
No, who's your favorite UFC fighter?
Well, it was Dustin Poirier, but he retired.
Okay.
He's just he's a champion in and out. You know, he didn't win the undisputed belt, but he did win the interim belt. He did have the belt. And, you know, he's just a good person. I could see that on him. Connor beat him early in the career, and Connor's an asshole, but it was nice to see him come back and knock Connor out and then break Connor in half. Like he broke his leg in half, you know? So it shows that you can be a good person and still be a very good fighter. It doesn't have to be that way.
I was going to just switch up from the fight talk. What's up, bro? What's your dating life looking like? You got any?
Dating life
You
is
got a
tough,
girlfriend?
man.
Yeah,
Dating life
for
is
fighters,
tough.
dating as a fighter is kind of tough.
Yeah, it definitely is. I stay committed to my training and I stay away from certain things. Women being one of them. That's, you know.
So maybe we can help you with that. Chris, ChatGPT, can we write a dating profile for Jesse Langarica? I want to see what that dating profile would look like. What do you think your dating profile would look like?
I'm not good at this stuff.
Either am I.
I need some help.
Yeah.
Future best fighter in the world, future UNF champion.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard, bro. I don't have any girlfriends. I'm not married, no kids. I'm 100% bought in on this
Yes.
game.
Yeah.
It's not such a bad thing.
But I could use this Chat GPT profile though.
All right, let's see.
Okay.
He's based in SoCal. He's a pro MMA fighter.
That looks pretty
they
good.
Put the UNF next to that too. I like that. Competitive, disciplined, and always chasing growth in and out of the cage. Are you disciplined? Yeah, we're gonna agree with that there.
I'm disciplined.
Okay, cool. Passionate about fitness, coaching, and living an active lifestyle. How's that? Is that on brand still?
That's definitely true.
Okay. Big on music, good food, and spontaneous adventures.
Yeah, yeah.
What's your favorite food since we're talking about food?
Favorite food's Korean barbecue.
Okay.
So if you would like to go on a date with me, we'll probably go to a Korean barbecue spot.
All right.
Okay.
Korean barbecue is amazing. Looking for someone who's supportive, fun, and ready to match his energy.
Listen, so I think what we should do, and we'll put this out there right now, you know, somebody watches your episode, we push your social, somebody DMs and wants a date with you.
We pay for the date, right?
Yeah, we'll pay for a date. We'll pay for you to take them to Korean barbecue. What do you think about that?
I would do that. It'd have to be after the fight.
Right. So after the fight, but how do we go through the applications? How do we decide who the winner
I think
is?
all resumes have to get emailed to info@upnextfighting.com, and then we can choose. How about we get to filter out the resumes? That'd be more fun.
Do you have trust in Ryan and I?
And then we'll set you on a blind
I do.
date.
I have trust in you guys. I just like people with a good heart, someone who maybe is a fan of MMA, because if you're going to date me, you're going to be around MMA a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, hopefully God brings me the right person, but who knows?
What's your ideal chick?
Like I said, I like someone with a good heart, because the looks are going to fade away. So, you know, someone who's good on the inside, beautiful on the inside and beautiful on the outside. Somebody who likes MMA or sports, because that's what I do as a profession.
Check it out. We're seeing the sensitive Jesse.
No, Jesse has all these different
You do
flavors
have a
to him.
different side, bro. This is like the sensitive
You
Jesse.
guys are getting me off my game today.
Does she need to like to read books and like?
Yeah, the reading would be good.
Yeah.
Reading is one of my new hobbies, actually.
Okay.
I've been reading lately.
What kind of books?
I've been reading there's one book that my pastor actually gave me. It's called Blue Denim and Lace.
Hmm.
I was reading that, and then I was reading Pride and Prejudice again. I just read that, you know, when I don't have anything to do, I'll just start reading instead of going out and causing trouble.
No, I think that's much better for you to be doing that.
That is much better.
Yeah. So you're gonna.
He's
go
kind of
through
fun when he's causing trouble. Not that I want to see him cause trouble.
Yeah, we got to pivot. We got to get back to Lobo instead of Jesse. Jesse with the sensitive, you know, dating preferences and stuff.
As long as they're beautiful on the inside, Jesse. That's all.
Beautiful on
that
the inside, no, please.
Did your mom give you pressure to like settle down and find a chick, or she just like?
Man, I think she already gave up on me. I think she's like, you know, she probably wouldn't recommend me to date.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. I'd recommend you.
Yeah.
Listen, though, I think right now you're 26. Maybe an age should start. I mean, but also when it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I truly believe that in life. Like, as long as you're doing the right things, putting the right work in, and I think also MMA is such a tough career. You got to really either find the right person to support you and be there for the journey and let you really invest in yourself right now, because these are the years that matter in the MMA world, right? With 26, 27, 28, because you hit that prime right around 29, 30, realistically. Like your physical prime, your skills are peaked. So right now is your time to really focus on yourself. Now, if you find a girl that's willing to grind with you and support that journey, I think it's perfect. Otherwise, you got to really focus on yourself right now.
Sure.
I don't know if anyone could keep up.
Yeah.
No
We'll
one can
see.
keep up with the Lobo show, huh?
I'm not sure. I hope so. I hope there could be somebody out there.
You'll find someone. What else haven't we talked about?
No, the main event, right, for October 11th is Gianni Vasquez versus Narek Avagian. That's a rematch. That's for the flyweight strap. Who do you think brings home the gold? Do you think Gianni keeps the belt? Do you think Narek snatches it? What do you
Gianni
thinking?
Vasquez,
Why?
true champion,
Isn't he a stud, bro?
stud.
Why is he not in the UFC yet?
I think he will get in the UFC. I don't know why he's not, but you know that he seems like a guy who puts in the work. He does everything right. And he's been a hell of a champion for UNF. He's fought anybody that you guys have put in front of him. He's had great fights, and so I wish him the best. If he moves up to 135, I will beat his ass.
Is there anybody's ass you won't beat on the UNF roster?
No,
you
not
think you take everybody at every weight class?
I take everybody's head off
at every weight class, or
at every weight class.
Does saying these things, right? I know you believe it, but does saying any of these things like add any extra pressure to you come fight night? Right? You're saying you're going to beat the 125 champ. You're saying you're going to beat the 135 champ. You're saying you're going to dispose of Rosario Romero. does that fuel you, fire you up? Does it add more pressure, or does it like go through one ear and out the other? Essentially, right? Like when you're saying all these things, I love hearing it. I love the confidence, but there's some strong words you're saying about some of the really good guys on the UNF roster.
I just don't think anybody could keep up with me. I will do whatever it takes. If you run 10 miles, I will run 11 miles. And I do that every single day. So that's where my confidence comes from. Every day I do that. October 11th is just going to be another one of those days.
That has to feel good knowing you're putting in the work where you feel confident and you believe these things are going to happen. You don't have to second guess. He always preaches that to me. Make sure you put the work in, do things the right way the first time, whatever. So you did everything to feel good about something and feel confident about
Ryan,
it. So.
look at the way he's holding on to that belt.
I know he hasn't let it go. I was gonna make a joke
holding
about
it tightly. He's like, it's just like it belongs. You know what I mean?
Feel
It
right.
just feels right.
Look at him pet it.
It just feels right. It's
Would
fine.
you name your belt or?
I probably would. I named all my cars that I have. I named the cars. So I probably
What
will
would you
name the
name your
belt.
belt?
Susie.
Susie.
Yeah, Susie Q or something like that.
Susie Q
Yeah.
has a little ring to it.
I can't wait to get my my trophy room.
Yeah.
Just get my belts and my medals in there, and yeah, man, this is the life of the champion.
I like it. So after October 11th, what are you going to do?
October 11th is just another day for me.
So if you get that win, your hand gets raised, are you going to call somebody out in that cage? I mean, what kind of
Close
what
mouths
kind of
don't
shenanigans
close
can we
mouths don't
expect
get
from
fed. You
Lobo?
might as well just call out the champ at that point.
I
You
think
never
I will
know.
call it the champ. I will do that then because I'm the champ. I'm running this game, and so October 11th is my day. I'm gonna do whatever I want. I'm gonna call it the champ, and the people are gonna know tonight's Lobo's night.
I mean, how do you top that, Ryan?
You don't really top that, no.
All right, October 11th.
Yes,
Can't
sir.
wait to see you in there.
I'm excited. I
And
can't wait to
we
win.
missed you, Jesse. It's nice to actually sit down and then get to hear you speak again because you're fucking entertaining as hell.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for having me.
No, appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate it, bro.